1, 2, 3. In the time it took me to count to 3, someone somewhere developed dementia. Today, 55 million people worldwide are living with the disease, and by 2050, that number will nearly triple. Despite the scale of this crisis, most technology in dementia care is only concentrated in two pillars: diagnosing dementia and monitoring safety after symptoms appear. Right now, with the rise of artificial intelligence, new tools are also being developed to help doctors detect dementia earlier or speed up the brain scanning process. And other health devices like wearable devices such as Apple Watches track falls, heart rates, and emergencies. These innovations are valuable and necessary, especially for managing risks in later stages, but they're built around detection and response, which are reactive in nature. For many diseases, that makes sense. Early diagnosis can lead directly to treatments that stops or reverses progression. However, dementia is different. By the time someone meets the criteria for diagnosis, neurological changes have often been developing for years, and in many cases, families have already lost irreplaceable stories, conversations, and personal histories long before a medical label can be applied. Which led us to think, if diagnosis often comes after some loss has already occurred, are we focusing too late in the timeline? What if we shifted attention earlier, not just to diagnose, but to actively preserve memories and gently observe cognitive patterns before they become a clinical problem? And that question led us to build LegacyLink. Hi, I'm Yongjun Jo, founder of LegacyLink. LegacyLink is an AI-powered companion device and app for aging parents. Purchased primarily by adult children, it combines structured life story preservation, subtle cognitive trend tracking, and a family-facing dashboard that keeps loved ones informed. To ensure daily engagement, we designed LegacyLink to feel familiar and not technological. Many older adults feel hesitant around smart devices, especially those with cognitive decline. So instead of a smart speaker that looks like Alexa, LegacyLink looks something familiar, a rotary phone. At scheduled time each day, it rings just like a call. This removes the burden of remembering to use it and turns conversations into routine. LegacyLink initiates simple prompts. What was your first job? Who was your childhood best friend? What was your dream growing up? The device engages in structured back and forth dialogue. Then, the speech is transcribed and organized into interconnected memory entries through our memory mesh system and securely processed in the database. Raw audio and transcripts are deleted after 14 days to ensure privacy. During the first 2 weeks, LegacyLink establishes a personalized linguistic baseline, measuring speech complexity, noun to pronoun ratio, pause duration, and repetition frequency, and other measurements. From then on, we track changes relative to the individual, not against the universal standard. We generate a cognitive awareness score calibrated to the person's natural pattern. A score of 50 represents their baseline. LegacyLink doesn't diagnose dementia, it tracks trends over time and surfaces meaningful deviations, reducing false positives and unnecessary anxieties that come with using universal standards. Through the family dashboard, adult children can revisit preserved stories and monitor cognitive trends without feeling intrusive. Our approach of using speech as a biomarker of cognitive health is backed up by our peer-reviewed research. A study at Interspeech 2021 demonstrated that acoustic and linguistic features paired together can detect Alzheimer's with up to 80% accuracy. And because we've already built our backend, database, and a full 3D hardware prototype, we know that no new technology is required. We are integrating pre-existing components into a new product. Furthermore, when we mapped the competitive landscape using the strategy canvas, we saw the gap. Existing products score high on medical accuracy and emergency response, but near zero on emotional engagement, legacy creation, and etc. LegacyLink is completely different though. We are lower on clinical positioning because we are not a medical device, but significantly higher on personalization, passive daily integration, and life preservation, and no competitor sits here. And this is our blue ocean, further confirmed by our bioutility map, which shows most solutions are clinical or reactive. LegacyLink uniquely occupies the proactive human-centered space. The ERRC grid shows how we achieve differentiation and low cost simultaneously, eliminating costly medical device regulation, reducing anxiety-driven engagement through personally calibrated data, raising personalization and daily usability, and creating an entirely new category, which is memory preservation combined with cognitive awareness tracking. Through the 3 tiers of customers, we identified demand far beyond the traditional dementia market. Tier 1, which are worried families with no diagnosis. We reach them by framing LegacyLink as a subtle cognitive tracker. Tier 2 are families who reject medicalized monitoring due to false positives or anxiety caused by it. We reach them by eliminating universal standards and personalizing to the individual. Tier 3 is healthy aging families who simply want their stories remembered. We reach them by prompting LegacyLink as a life logging platform. This expands our TAM to 3.4 billion, SAM to 6.8 billion, and a capturable SOM of 379 million by year 5. The device retails at $119 with a $95 cost, plus a $14.99 monthly subscription, generating recurring revenue with every active user. We plan to launch in Seoul and Tokyo in 2026, expand through insurer partnerships and SNS marketing, enter the US, and scale globally by 2030. We don't compete in dementia care, we're redefining its future. Thank you.